Brooke is annoying. I can't say that enough. She is annoying. Let's get into the review, y'all. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Basketball Wives LA Season 11, Episode 3. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's review, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, we just made our final announcement yesterday, and we letting you guys know that the Whether You Like It or Not panel starts on November the 6th. Make sure you guys tune in at Scotty by Nature TV, giving you the real tea, really BTV. Yocrates and Simply Sakina all come together to talk about this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Josiah will be featured on this panel as well, here and there, but we will have special guests. Schoolboy and Busy Blue come in as well, with Reggie coming in as a pop-in guest. So make sure you guys tune in for the new season of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We are ready to come back, and I know you guys are ready for us. All right. On tomorrow, make sure you guys tune in to the Chasing panel soon after Chasing Atlanta goes off. Tune in as Scotty, Jamar, Terrence, Tramel, Carl, and Jeremy give you guys tell you guys how we feel about this week's episode of Chasing Atlanta right after the show goes off. And then on Friday, Boys Night Out returns with the 5th episode of the season. And of course, you know how it goes down on Boys Night Out. We'll be talking about we'll be playing games, we'll be talking about music, movies, all celebrity gossip and all things gay. So make sure you guys tune in to that. Then on Saturday, of course, we have the Love and Marriage Huntsville live review. So make sure you guys tune in to that. And then on Sunday, the Basketball Wives panel will be on Josiah's World TV's platform. So make sure you guys tune in to that. So with that being said, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get into the review. Now we're going to start this thing off with Miss Evelyn Lozada. Her and Brittany meet up together, and they pretty much discuss what happened at the dinner, because this is their first time seeing each other since everything went down at that dinner that Shawnee held. And Brittany basically asked Evelyn, how was she feeling after the dinner and everything that happened with it. And Evelyn was like, I just could not believe that, Vanessa just did that. Like, she brought this stuff up. This was 10 years ago. Me and this lady are cool. And for her to even sit up here and make this situation about her was ridiculous. So Brittany was like, well, I get what you're saying about Vanessa, but then at the same time, what Vanessa did was nothing different than what you did with the whole Shawnee thing. Like, when y'all found out that me and Shaq went out to dinner, the first thing that you did, was give me the third degree and basically, question and confront me about what went down with me and Shaq when nothing really went down between me and Shaq. And that's the thing about the situation. I'm glad that Brittany said that, because you get mad at Vanessa for going in on you about something that happened 10 years ago and about something that ain't got nothing to do with her, when you was the first one to question Brittany about what she was supposedly doing with Shaq. So no. Mm-mm. So then, that's when Brittany was like, well, the only thing that you guys saw was me going to dinner with him. Like, y'all don't know what happened. And, Shaq hit me up. And then, that's how it happened. She showed the text messages and everything. And it did show that Shaq definitely hit Brittany up. And Brittany was the one who asked him to meet up and go to dinner. And she said, well, me and Shaq are cool like that. He always check in on me. I mean, that don't mean that we screwing around. We ain't got nothing going on. We're just friends. It's very platonic. It ain't nothing like that going on. So that's the situation with that. And so, Evelyn was like, well, okay, well, I know that Shawnee really doesn't give a, but I just felt like she needed to know what was going on. If Shawnee really don't care about this situation, then why do you feel like this was something that Brittany really needed to bring up if Shawnee really doesn't care about it? Evelyn, be quiet. So, Brittany was like, well, as a group, are we ready to move forward with everything that's going on? And Evelyn was like, I'm ready to get past this stuff. Like, I don't want to keep on dealing with this. I don't want to keep on talking about this. We could really move on. And so Brittany starts admitting that she has mom guilt. She's in LA, to get her career jump started. But her and PJ live in a state where, she just can't take her kid and go wherever she want to go. She's stuck there. So that's the situation, and she's feeling guilty because she has to be away from her son while she's out here in LA doing her job. And that's what a lot of women do in this industry. Like, they have to be away from their kids, leave their kids with somebody that they trust so they can go out and make their money so they can provide for them. That's what they do. And I know a lot of these entertainment mothers, feel a little bit of guilt. I understand that. So we get into Vanessa. Now, Vanessa talks on the phone with Amy, and Amy is the one, I thought her name was Amy. Amy was the one that used to date Carl. And so she's on the phone with her, and she's basically telling them, well, I confronted them about the situation, and then, everybody jumped in. And, I felt a little bit ambushed by this whole thing. I really felt like they were all ganging up on me. And, I think she felt that way because after she just got done arguing with Evelyn about the situation, Brooke, tight-faced ass, decided that she wanted to get involved in the shit too. So that's why Vanessa felt like, okay, y'all ambushing me. And so, they start discussing the past and everything that happened with Carl. And, Amy, just even on the phone, she seems to be over the situation. You know what I mean? She was like, I just want you to know, Vanessa, that you don't have to keep on doing this. At the end of the day, there is no beef between me, Evelyn, or Carl. Everything is fine. We've moved on. Life is great. I'm in a better place. In so many words, Vanessa, that means, girl, leave this shit alone. We don't need to keep talking about this. We don't need to keep on bringing this to the air. You do your job on this show, get your check. You ain't got to worry about me and Evelyn. You ain't got to make this your damn storyline. You know what I'm saying? And so, Vanessa pretty much just stated, I understand what you're saying. Like, you're over this and I get it. But at the same time, I just felt like this. When I was looking at the situation and everything that went down, it really just triggered me knowing what was going on with me and what happened with me and the infidelity that went on in my relationship. Well, you cannot take on somebody else's issue just because you relate to it. Like, just because you can relate to it don't mean you got to get your ass on TV and confront Evelyn about a situation that happened years ago and your friend sitting up on the phone letting you know that she's over the situation. So with that being said, you need to just move the fuck on and find something else to do. I enjoy you putting fire up on the Evelyn ass because she needed everybody let her get away with everything. She pretty much, act like she's in charge of the girl. So I was glad that somebody challenged her ass. But since your friend said that it's over with and life is good, let it go and move on so we can all move on to something else. So we get into Jackie and Jennifer. Now, you know that Jackie and Jennifer ain't really been getting along since last season, but Jennifer's in a different place right now where she's ready to make peace. She even brought some peaceful juice to this damn meeting between her and Jackie because she know that she was going to need the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So then after that, they discuss how they feel about Brittany. Jennifer, I think Jackie says, I like Brittany. And then I think Jennifer says that she likes Brittany too. And then they discuss Vanessa, and Jackie was like, I know how, everything that went on with Evelyn, but I love Vanessa. And then, Jennifer was like, it's just her approach. I just feel like she's doing a lot. So then, that's when Jackie was like, well, since we're talking about the other girls, let's talk about you. Like, since we're here talking and since we're in a better place, what's going on with you? And then Jennifer, like, I'm just in a good place in life. Me and Christian are in a great place. He's a little bit younger than me, like he's like 30, but he treats me well. He's very mature. He's more mature than most of the guys that I've dated. And life is great. And I just wanted to stay that way. And Jackie was like, well, if Jennifer says that she's happy, then I'm going to be happy for her and all this other stuff. And I guess you could say that Jennifer is happy. I mean, it's been a long, like I said, that footage that we watched last season of Basketball Wives, like that was like damn near 2 years old footage. So ain't no telling how long it's been since her and Jelani was together. And she seemed to be happy with Jelani too. But this is a whole little different situation. But I hope that Jennifer knows what she's doing and she's doing the right thing for herself, because we already know how she gets with these men's. Okay. She'll be with these men and then fuck around and find out. That's normally what happens with her. So hopefully she don't fuck around and find out when it comes down to this particular man. Because listen, Jennifer's luck with men ain't always great, and she ain't always got the best discernment either when it come down to a man. I'm just saying, but some of us all ain't got it. Let's just be real. So we get into Brooke and her dad. They discuss the death of her brother and how that affected her father and what, everything with that. So then they started talking about how people grieve differently and how, Kayla's death has really changed Brooke and stuff like that. And, you know, we all grieve differently. We all do. I think, in my opinion, I lost a friendship this year due to the way a person grieves. Like, I grieve differently and I deal with other people's grief differently. For me, I'm not the person that is the most emotional. I'm not the one that's the most touchy. I'm not that person. I'm pretty solid, if you ask me. I'm not that emotional. So the most I would do when a person loses someone is like text them, give them my condolences, and leave the door open for them to come to me if they need me. I don't really like to, because I feel like if I'm texting you all the time and too much, I'm intruding. Because I'm guessing I'm thinking that because when I'm grieving, I don't like a bunch of messages. Like when Tierra died back in August and stuff like that, a lot of y'all was sending me messages. And some of them I wasn't even responding to, but I was appreciative of it. But y'all was sending me a lot of messages. And on top of y'all sending me messages, people in my real life were texting my phone, calling my phone. And I'm the type of person where if I'm grieving, I'd rather be by myself. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm fine with the text messages and just saying, my condolences. I don't need a lot of extra. But I gotta realize that everybody is not like that. So sometimes when you react to things the way that you probably would, not realizing that this is a different person than you come across dismissive. And I think that's what happened with me. I came across dismissive because I felt I'm set in my ways, and that is a character flaw. I'm set in my ways, so I'm used to handling things the way I know how to handle them, and people in my life understands the way I handle things. They know I mean well, but there's some people that require more when they see you a certain type of way, when they love you a certain type of way, and when they respect you a certain type of way. So they expect you to do a little bit more. And sometimes we don't really know what that more is, but sometimes they expect more from you. They expect more than just a text message. They expect more than just one visit. They expect more than just a phone call. They expect you to do a little bit more. You know what I mean? So it's all about people and the way that they grieve and what they want. So just because I might not need that much don't mean that the next person doesn't need more than I do, you know? And with me losing so many people this year, I'm starting to understand where this person was coming from. Because at first, I was just pissed off at the way it was handled, but now I understand. You know what I mean? So, it's like grief does stuff to people in different ways and it affects you in a different way. So, like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like I've lost three people this year. Three people, a cousin and two friends. Three people this year, back to back, and it's had an emotional toll on me. This is the most emotional I've ever seen with me since May. It's been this emotional, just emotional. But yeah, like listening to Brooke's story and hearing what she's saying, yeah, I understand it now. Let's see where we at. So Jacille and Brittany, they're preparing a picnic for all the new girls, which I think is a fantastic idea. Let them get to know each other, right? Brittany is excited to see her baby. Her baby is coming to visit her. She's excited about that. Then Vanessa arrives. And Brittany says, listen, I know that the last time we saw each other, we was all at that dinner. But I want you to know that I just want to get to know you for myself. Like I don't need to get to know you based off of what everybody else was saying about you. I want to get to know you for my own self. I don't want to judge you or nothing like that. I just want to get to know you. Vanessa explains her side of the story, and she was like, it was a 10-year situation that involved Evelyn, the father of my friend's child, and my friend. And that's the way I perceived it. And it was 10 years ago. And Jacille was like, well, listen, if your friend is done with the situation, if your friend is over and she's not mad and her and Evelyn are cool now, I suggest that you just let the 10 years ago go. Like, let it go, move on. And then, I agree with that. If your friend said that she done with it, be done with it. Clayana arrives, and then, Jacille explains her relationship with her WNBA fiance and how it goes. And then, Brittany starts explaining herself. And how she feels. And, Clayana starts explaining who she is as a person in her life and, the baby daddies and stuff like that. And so Brittany was like, well, I'm going to invite all of y'all to ice skating. I'm going to invite the other girls. We did do more stuff and get along and try to get to know each other better and stuff like that. And all the girls are with it from what I see. So then, Brittany and her mama Jody, they talk about her son and how happy she is to see her son. Brittany is very excited to see her son. And I'm glad to see that. So we get into Vanessa and Evelyn. They finally meet up to have a sit down conversation. And then they discuss the origin of the beef. And all they know is, and it just goes back to what Vanessa said. All I know is that 10 years ago, my friend was in this situation with Carl. You came along, and that's what happened. And the situation was just a trigger for me with you, because I've been in that predicament where I was with somebody and some woman came in and did everything that she did. And I just feel like this. You still married to him though, Vanessa. You still married to him. So your triggers don't mean shit to nobody because you still married to the nigga. So what the fuck does it matter if you sitting up here having triggers? You bragging about being married, but you still being triggered about things that your man did in the past. Like, you need to get over that shit for real. And then she started talking about how she also had a baby when she found out that her husband was cheating and did all that stuff that he did. She had the stress induced miscarriage, and Evelyn dealt with the miscarriage before too. And then they hugged it out, moved on, and they talked about the newbie lunch and how it was nice for Vanessa to get to know all the other girls. So Jackie, Jennifer, and Brooke, they go shopping, and Brooke says that Brittany wants to go ice skating and stuff like this. So they pretty much know. So Jackie and Brooke have a conversation about they're falling out over, Brooke feeling like, Jackie wasn't supportive. And just like I said before, early on in this video, like, I lost the friendship because my friend felt like I wasn't supportive of them. And, in hindsight, I thought I was doing what I needed to do, and I thought I did enough, but they felt like it wasn't enough. And honestly, we can all be mad if we want to, and we all human, and a lot of the times we don't like to be criticized. And sometimes I don't like to be criticized, and that's why I kind of blew it off. But I understand she needed something else from me. Like, she needed more than just a text message. And that's probably all that I could give at that time, that's probably all I could give at that time. Who knows? But sometimes you got to take yourself out of things and you realize what's more important. And if you really care for somebody, you would take out that time to realize, okay, they probably did need a little bit more than what I was able to give at the time. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at. Because like I said, I lost a lot of people this year. So it's making me look at grief and the way others handle grief in a different way. Um, we get into the ice skating. Brittany had gifts. Brooke said bitches are on thin ice, and Brittany don't know what the hell she talking about when it came down to that. Jennifer and Brooke, they talked about Jackie and how they gonna deal with Jackie. And Brooke was like, I know how to deal with Jackie from now on. And then Jennifer agreed. So then, Vanessa revealed that her and Evelyn are good. Vanessa said she felt like she was being ambushed by the girls. And then, her and Brooke started talking things out. And Brooke felt like, I don't think that we was, ambushing you. We were just looking out for our friend, and we were just trying to get clarity on the situation. So then, it started to be Jennifer and Brooke versus Clayana, and that kind of took a turn. I don't know where the hell that came from. And not only was it not only was it Jennifer and Brooke versus Clayana, but then it became Brittany versus Brooke. And when Brooke got out of her seat, Brittany was like, "Why are you getting out your seat?" And then Brooke was like, "Because I fucking want to." And then they started going back and forth. And Brooke trying to body shame when she built like a damn saggy booty giraffe. Like, I don't know what the fuck is she talking about, and why she feel like she need to be trying to body shame somebody girl by. And then Brittany doused her ass in the face with that damn drink. Brooke needed to be cooled down, in my opinion, because she gets on my nerves. I can't stand Brooke. I don't know. But all I know is that Brooke was seeing red, and all she wanted was her leg back. Okay, the new girls are turning this shit the fuck up like they need to. Okay, but this episode, I mean, it's all right. It's watchable, but it's all right. Whatever. But with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, okay? But before we go, let me let you guys know a little something. Make sure you support our very own Tremel. He has a brand new song called Long Days. It's available everywhere. And also support rapper Bando. He has a brand new song called Bando's Dream, where it's now available on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. So make sure you guys get into that. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.